Duke has won the last 21 games here against the Tigers. Who
good start. They don't have a good start. That's going to really set them back big time.
In the paint where they want to live, and it's
bench scoring team in the ACC.
Caleb Foster looking to penetrate, and the kick outside. On the drive, it'll be Sarr, goes short. Tech, but a big stumble for the Tigers this week, and batted away by Boozer. On the attack, he slams it home. Wallin getting it back to Godfrey. Godfrey again trying to get in the blue and left it short, well defended.
OB, John Shire told us that they're a different team without Patrick Gumbo on the floor.
Solid player.
Hunter with the bounce here for Godfrey. Very active here in the opening seconds for the Tigers, looking to pick up their 21st win. And that's going to be a turnover of Dylan Hunter's dad. Dylan Hunter, the Clemson guard, and he'll make the pair.
Oh, trouble.
And Dickie B, that's why Brad Bradall told us this game needs to be in the 60s for his team to be successful.
Foster gets a great look and buries a three. With Godfrey again getting another touch, trying to get out of that double, and he's tied up, and there's a whistle and a 1-by-60. Boozer hitting the deck, no whistle on that. And in transition, Godfrey dumping it downstairs for Welling, and can't make
the issue that they've had closing games. He said, you know, we got to try to win some games, as though he's only lost 2 this year, but they needs to win some games.
Davidson goes to the other side of the iron. Pretty move for the 6'10 senior from California.
You know, Nick played for Steve.
Level. Foster jumping into nothing but orange shirts. The kick out for Sarr, and on the money.
And Brad Brownell wide open on that look.
Well, you saw a shot of last year's player of the year. Of course, Cooper Flagg, who's in attendance, down for the slam, and an easy 2 for the basketball, and trailing by 1.
I think that's the game he had 49.
That's right.
He had 34.
Porter lets fly. He's their number locked down to 5. Wallin in the paint, turning to fire. A shot, yeah.
Bad.
And then, yeah, shot clock down to 2. They've got to get a long one in the air, and the line driver ugly off the side of the backboard.
But what we're watching,
21-point game against Pittsburgh. So far, Cam Boozer pretty quiet to this point. But although that might have been a cassette. Kim Belton.
Let's go VHS. Let's go VHS, OB.
Off. Clemson down.
Talent. I mean, some players misses too many games.
But when you want to talk about most productive, it's 12 and white. Cameron Boozer, since high school, has been
back in 1. Clemson came back and lost. They gave up 11 threes in that game. Off target by Thomas. Clemson won the game 77-70. Was a great basketball game. Highly charged emotionally because Dickie V was making a return, and that one out of the
reading I did from the beautiful fans that were there. Clemson fans treated me like royalty, and I want to say thank you for that, because being here, and I've said this so often, and it's been great to me, obviously.
Boozer at the line, knocks that one down 77%.
23 points a game.
Most dangerous player on the floor. Gotta lace that screen.
Bubba Johnson lets fly. Rebound tipped and controlled.
Look at this. I said you're going to get 8 teams, Jim. Probably in this year. Let's double last year. What do you mean? What about 9 or 10? I mean, they want more. Everybody wants more and more.
He's sure to get his point across to the freshman Sarr.
Tell you one thing, Welling is a very good athlete. He can really run a very intense basketball.
He had a gutsy second half in the Virginia Tech loss. He had turned his ankle. Looked like
to see some of these big majors in the tournament and add so much excitement. Think about St. Louis is terrific right now as well.
Harris into the game, misfiring on a long one. Godfrey. Nice reverse of Field and slams it down.
And got
position and a kick for Harris, but he cannot connect. Out of the open floor, all the way down to the other end. The lay-in will not go.
To allow Wallin to be the guy that's going to beat them from the perimeter.
Isaiah Evans, three-pointer, got it.
And out shooting from beyond the arc.
Yeah, he's had a solid year here, and there's no doubt about it.
6 points for him. One-hander flipped up by Hunter. That won't drop.
Didn't start the second half against Pittsburgh on Tuesday night, OB, because of plays like that. He got the message.
A little bit of a message there and delivered. Boozer 35 ACC games. Jumping inside the lane, nicely done by Justin. Porter gets about 10 a game.
And we still call it a travel and a pickup game.
Times.
Boozer wanted the foul well there, but I thought it was a clean defensive play. Oh, that's a tough pass to give. They never had the angle again.
Amenya puts it to the deck. Trying to get his way into the paint.
Nice.
Get a shot to the left hand. Yeah.
What a great move. Big time players. Duke doesn't get you if you're not a big time player.
Godfrey again. Wriggling free, but he kind of airmailed it over the top of the rim, and he's angry.
Well, Clemson held them at 25, which is pretty good, but I think the next 3 minutes and change are really big. See right there, you can't let them
go as Duke has another great defensive possession.
Sarr on the run out, on the attack, but can't finish it.
Oh, that's a break. Good math teachers down at the University of Virginia. You're pretty quick with that math, man.
Caden Boozer rolling inside for the feed. Those two hooking up. A really, really fine passer. Among many other things he does exceptionally well. Godfrey again. He's really active today.
He really now a huge part of the college game.
You're not smiling as you remember that. Caden Boozer trying to muscle inside.
And he won every championship. Paul Biancardi told me, our guru in terms of the recruit.
Also won Peach Jam championships at age 15, at 16, and at 17. The 15 and 16 titles were against another.
31-25, the Blue Devils. And Ephraim butted Foster on the wing. Here's Evans. He'll drive and kick. Shot clock to 6.
Big if they can get a basket here, can give them some momentum going to the locker room. They want a Mo on their side.
Porter with the kick. Can't finish that at. Foster giving it up for Boozer. Let's see if he gets rolling here in the second half. The kick out for Evans and on the money.
But hasn't been aggressive.
Takes it into the blue, can't hit.
Hasn't been aggressive offensively. Only 1 point in his last 2 games.
Wow.
Shut down. That gets to midcourt, a save. But the shot clock's down to 1. He's got to heave it up there, and it touches nothing. At Stanford and Cal, just as Duke had. When they came home and got beat, the tip bandits up and good. This is their biggest lead now, 10.
One for about 12.
Well, you got certain guys that you want to take those shots. Buckner's one of those guys. He's made the only 3 for Clemson, but that's the one they.
That's a real good weapon to have.
Porter's 3, that clangs away. Johnson with a rebound, nice dish for Welling. He'll finish it.
That's right. Go inside to you.
3s, and you can't make them if you don't take them.
Yeah, I like that. You can't make them, you don't take them. That was never a problem.
Over the top, looking for the slam. Gungman a whistle.
1202.
Johnson gives it up. Trying the entry pass, but a whistle and trying to get that up. Here's Brown. Cam Boozer. Shot clock to 6 as he let it fly and nothing but net.
But this is the best half-court defensive team in the ACC, and so difficult to make shots against them as they're able to knock down the 3.
You want another butterball is what you want.
I don't want too many butterballs. Oh.
Contact there and a whistle. There's a 3. On the run, Buckner. Buckner airborne. No, this is another layup. And that's
especially in this building, how great they are defensively.
I think they're even better today. Boozer to Boozer. Got it.
Boozer to Boozer. Connor and Jake Krug, they play tennis here. And my granddaughter Ava Krug is a sophomore here. People always say to me, oh, wow.
Cam Boozer. Because you've got to explain that. She hates to be on TV.
She does.
And she's beautiful.
She's 81 years old.
That's unreal.
Looks like,
Frank Sinatra story. Please demand that he tells that story. He had us absolutely in stitches last night. It just swatted away by Boozer. Mark 50-31 Duke. Caden Boozer negotiating his way into the paint for 2 more.
This is arguably, with Virginia, the second best team in the ACC in which Duke is doing this to. And again, we do know that Duke did.
Trailing 52-33. Duke just slamming the door on the Tigers' hopes here in the second half. And a foul before any.
It's ACC freshman scoring record, 22.6 versus 23.0, Mr. Boozer.
Well, that would have been a 2, but it never got to the iron.
They gave me wrong information.
Yes, because that was the year of Zion. The team with R.J. Barrett and Zion, Cam Reddish, Trey Jones.
There
we go.
There you go.
There we go.
Yeah.
So Duke with the ball, and Emmanuel let fly. Got it. A three-pointer.
Great physical strength. He's a great passing ability. He can score around the basket. He can step out and make a three.
Oh, what a nice play.
Honoring her jersey today at George Washington University. They don't retire jerseys there. They just honor them. And so her number 40 is being
by Boozer. Shot doesn't go, but the ability to see the whole floor. You know, the 6'9" freshman, we talked so much about the scoring and the rebounding, but he's their number 1 assist guy, too. Knocked down by the Final Four last year.
You know, especially when you get everybody that they plays at an incredible level against you, wants to be here. They see that jersey, D-U-K-E.
our sideline on Big Monday. That she really did, and we had an opportunity to be with her and spend time with her.
And she was really right off the chart. You could see she was going places.
Well, she's a point guard. Let's start with that. And
well, top of the show, I said it's a real challenge here to get out and get number 15 because they've won Clemson. It's an amazing achievement. Hughes did a terrific job when he played for the Syracuse Irishmen.
Shot clock down to 1, tipped away, and Boozer got it back and hit it. What to do right now is force Dylan Hunter to miss another foul shot, and he hits that.
at Cal, and this is the leader of this team. They missed him last year when he broke his hand in the ACC tournament and didn't have him in the NCAA tournament. His fifth year tenure as the commissioner of the ACC. But you consider his 5 years. In year one,
you're going to talk to one another, to play good defense. Going to get help, get that pride.
But Dickie V, is that something that you can teach? Or
big time with the Washington Speakers Bureau. I gotta be honest about it.
I'm gonna tell you this: that gift that he gave you has really helped all of our bank accounts.
We're at this today. It wasn't easy. I really feared it all week long. I wasn't going to get up here into this booth. As you guys know, and I got to thank the people for making it happen. So please, no kid should have to suffer and go through that. I mean, have faith. You have to do it. You can't roll over. That disease is a monster.
That's been your greatest legacy, I think. With everything,
it's to bounce back. They play hard. They're well coached. They really are well coached in every way.
But today belongs to for joining us today. Just the beginning of a very busy afternoon and evening of college basketball.